Is your faith fun? It is Functional Faith Friday, and and we are asking the question: Does God want our faith to be fun?
Answer: yes.
Well,
all right, let's close the video.
Go in peace and presence.
We're just kidding.
Okay, I am Crystal.
And I'm Kingston.
And we are two millennials living our best lives and helping you do the same, helping you go from the fruit to the root of any dysfunction or doubt in the areas of your mind, body, and spirit. That's not what we usually say there, but what we usually say is a mouthful, and I'm trying to change it up. So anyway, let us know if you're watching by leaving a comment, saying hello, liking, and sharing this video.
Say what's up. WSSUP. What's up?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That way we know.
All right, let's hop in. What do you do for fun? Lately, we've been talking to friends, and I've talked to clients, and we've noticed this theme that, or pattern, I guess, that when we ask people like what they do for fun or what they do for recreation, they say like, oh, nothing, like not really anything. And the reason we ask that question is because
maybe you might watch Netflix.
The reason we ask that question is because we are holistic spirituality coaches, right? And part of our practice is not analyzing, but observing or noticing. Yeah, I guess it's analyzing our holistic health, like what our lifestyle looks like, our physical life, our mental life, our spiritual life, taking an evaluation of those things. And part of a healthy, well-balanced life is recreation.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of us, especially with the pandemic, we don't have as many hobbies or things that we do recreationally. And it can make us feel very just very like bogged down. And I don't think we realize the effect that not playing and not being lighthearted and letting our hair down has on us.
We don't realize it.
That's
why my hair's down.
Okay. We've had seasons in our life. I think a lot of millennials especially are in a season of their life where we feel like we don't have the time to have fun. Right? I mean, we can't afford it. We just figured like having fun used to look like going to the movies or going on a vacation or whatever. Right. And we think that it has to cost a lot of money. And so we just don't
have fun.
do it. We just don't have fun. These are my notes. I'm shameless right here, but whatever. The Bible says there is a time to laugh and a time to dance. And so like in every season, we go through different seasons of life, yes, but there is also a time to laugh. So when was the last time that you like had a really good belly laugh? Like just where you were like laughing so hard that you cried?
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say the other night, whenever I was trying to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to go to sleep. We laughed. We ended up laughing. Honestly, it took me a while to get there because I was really annoyed because I was trying to sleep and Crystal wanted to play and kept tickling me and kicking me and hitting me with pillows.
And so it catches them off guard because this isn't like my norm.
And I'm trying to go to sleep.
It's not like my base level. It's not like goofiness necessarily.
Yeah, but you was on something that night. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be, and I think as I've been on this healing journey, I think I've been becoming more fun. I used to be very fun and goofy and silly.
You've always been fun.
Okay, but I think a lot of us, especially, I don't know if I should say especially moms, but especially maybe parents, I don't know, we're just tired, y'all. We just tired. Yeah. We're tired all the time, but with the pandemic, I think it's extended even beyond those who are parents and those who have young children, because there are so many insults that are coming against our minds, bodies, and spirits on the daily, right? Especially during the pandemic. There's just so much that we're getting, just these insults, right? This inflammation that we are overwhelmed with, and these insults to our peace and our just the homeostasis our body needs, right? And so, but what we found is that having fun, having rest, having recreation is essential to having a functional faith.
Yes.
It's just essential. Without it, faith, the life of faith, feels very boring, feels very stale, and you probably just won't live it out.
No.
It just becomes monotonous. Life becomes monotonous, especially the spiritual life becomes monotonous, just dull and less vibrant. But when we have fun and when we have rest and when we have recreation, then it's just like you're seeing things in like Technicolor again.
Yeah.
And things are you're just like kind of walking on cloud nine.
Right. And also, I mean, let's think about it this way too. Like if our faith is boring, and if we are showing that our faith is boring and mundane, and by the way, if you think, well, I don't really show that, if people know that you love Christ and they also see you complaining about how tired you are, or complaining about how much you really just don't really like life right now, or
just going around looking like Eeyore.
Right. You know, if they
and
see
that was
that,
us. We're teasing because we understand
right.
That was us for ye hearers.
Right. We're modeling that to other people.
Mm-hmm.
They are seeing, oh, they say they love Jesus and it looks like their life sucks. So I don't want to really, my life sucks too. Their life sucks. So what's it like?
Well, it's incongruent, and it appears very hypocritical because we say that we have this good gift and this good news, and
I got the joy.
And it's just something that we just want to share with the world, and we have this mission, and we have this fulfillment and all the fruit of the Spirit, but then we look like Eeyore, right? And so it's
if you don't know
confusing.
Who Eeyore is, everybody should know who Eeyore is.
I would think so. I don't know.
Think so.
Oh my goodness. But when we are dealing on the daily with all of this inflammation from the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, from just inflaming conversations that we have with coworkers and things of that nature, and all these insults that we have to our peace on every single day, and then we treat that on the surface. We only treat the fruit of that. We're only treating it with medicine and things like that, or we're just treating it with Netflix. And there's something wrong with medicine, right? Praise God for medicine. There's something wrong with Netflix. We watch Netflix all the time.
Right.
But when we are
things.
suppressing the symptoms of the lifestyle that we all are just life in general,
right.
And this world, and the times when we do that, we're suppressing the symptoms, and it's like putting a lid. I keep looking over there at my pot. Putting a lid on a pot of boiling water. That big pot that's full of rice that was left out last night.
That pot.
Yep. It's like putting a lid on a boiling pot of water, right? The water is still boiling up, right? We have to turn down the fire. And having fun is one of the ways that you can do it.
Analogies for days.
Oh my goodness. Having fun, having rest, having recreation is a way that you can do it, because life, right, can raise our stress, raise our inflammation, raise our cortisol levels. All these things are linked to most major diseases across the board, hands down. Okay? Especially when we're consuming sugar, but that's another talk for another day. But it's raising all of this junk.
Does that count?
But when we have fun,
count as sugar?
But when we have fun, the Bible says a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. We don't want to be crusty and brittle.
No, we don't.
We want that good medicine from God, and that's why God is inviting you today to have more fun. And rest and recreation actually lower our cortisol levels. It lowers our stress hormones. It's healing. So the Bible says it. Science says it. God is saying you need to have more fun, honey.
Yeah.
Okay. Areas that God is inviting you to have more fun in your life. Okay. So let's talk about where we can actually have more fun. Family fun, okay? This is if you have a young family, an old family, if you're single and your parents are still around, if you got family, friends that feel like family, we're gonna get into friends later, but whoever you consider your family, have some family fun.
Have some family fun. So like parks are opening back up. It's getting warmer. So we found ourselves going to parks more, and it's really awesome because parks are free.
Yeah.
Parks don't, well, unless like it's an amusement park or something like that. But even in St. Louis, the zoo is free. Here's the thing is that I think that a lot of us have kind of fallen into a state of depression, and maybe we don't even know that we're in a state of depression. But here's kind of one of the many litmus tests to see if testis. I almost said testes.
Testis.
Ooh, man, we got to be careful.
What you just said?
Testes. That's part of the male genitalia.
Kingston,
So
a state of depression, and here's one of the ways that we can tell.
Yeah, here's how you can tell. The idea of going outside, the idea of even if you have children, especially the idea of getting ready to go, getting your kids ready to go and getting outside, because maybe we've fallen into a place where we work from home now and we have our groceries delivered, and when days that we don't work, we just kind of stay in bed and we don't really get dressed and we let the kids watch Netflix or give them educational programs on tablets or something like that. Like maybe I think a lot of us have fallen into that, and then you're going to hear me say, "Hey, go to the park," and you're like, "I don't want to go to the park. I don't want to get my kids ready. Just listen to me. Go to the park."
Well, one of the signs of depression, right, is not enjoying things that you used to enjoy.
Right. Well, and I think that we look at the park, like we look at the idea of the park, we look at the idea of the zoo, we look at the idea of just going outside and playing frisbee, we look at the idea of flying a kite. We look at these ideas and we say, I don't want to do that. That won't make me feel better. Mm-hmm. But what a lot of people find, and not everybody, sometimes depression's deep, sometimes there's a little bit more that needs to be worked through there. But a lot of times, if you could just find the strength and the motivation to get up, to get dressed, to get your kids dressed, brush your teeth, do your hair, and go outside, you'll find that it is fun. Mm-hmm. And it is what you needed. And it will bring back that level of happiness and joy that you've been missing out on. I know that's been true for me so many times. Mm-hmm. I've just been kind of in a ho-hum Eeyore state, and the kids want to go somewhere, and it's like, man, I really don't want to go anywhere. I really don't want to go anywhere with the kids. I really don't want to do this. And we get dressed, we get ready to go, and I have fun, and it's a blast, and it's exactly what I needed. And so just want to encourage you to do that.
And since getting the trampoline, we've been having
getting the trampoline has been great. There's been times where the kid's like, I want to go jump on the trampoline. I'm like, dang it, I want to go burn that trampoline, and we just got it, because I do not want to go outside and jump on the trampoline. But then we go outside, and it's like, okay,
always so much fun.
Okay, this is pretty fun. Yeah. This is a good idea. So I think sometimes
their little bodies on it is hilarious.
Right. There's so many advantages of being childlike in life, and this is one of those areas. A kid. If you have kids, and so the trampoline would be example. Hey, I want to go jump on the trampoline. No, not right now. Kids say, why not? And you're like, well, dang it, there's not really a good reason why not. I just don't want to. If we approach life that way, just kind of the why not attitude, we'll find ourselves doing way more fun things.
Childlike spirit.
Yeah. Right. So also with your spouse, go on some dates. Set aside time with your spouse just for you and your spouse. If financial hardship is an issue, then go to a park. Again, go to a park, have a picnic, go to a park, maybe more like Forest Park, where there's not a playground, and walk around and enjoy the sights and the sounds.
Well, for your birthday, we went to the batting cages. Yeah. It was like $1.50 for 14 balls.
$1.25.
Okay.
It was $1.25. Okay. $5 got me whatever 14 times 4 is. 28.
We're good. Let's just move on.
Okay. That many pitches. That was a lot. I was sore. And Crystal did one of the rounds even, so I only did 3 of them. So there's all kinds of really affordable things you can do. But really, if you're just really in a pinch, still set aside time for you and your spouse. I would say it's essential to have that spark and that joy and that happiness in your marriage. And if you don't have that happiness in your marriage, it's very, I would say, impossible. If you got something to prove me wrong, we can talk, but I'd say it's impossible to then have that happiness and that joy and that peace in your home if it's not in your marriage. So
I think men especially need fun.
Yeah.
With a little hint of adventure mixed in.
Yeah. That's true. And some women do too.
Well, yeah. We were just talking a little bit about it this morning. Clubhouse. I've been telling y'all about it. Yeah. But that men, really, it's that fun and adventure. A lot of men really desire that and to experience that with their partner.
Yeah, that's true. So for example, I love Top Golf. I really freaking love Topgolf. I like golfing in general. I'm not good at it, but I like it. I'm not good at Topgolf either, but I like it. And we go to Topgolf, though I did win the last time we went. But we went to Topgolf.
Not good at it, but he looks good doing it.
We went to Topgolf.
Better than me.
We went to Topgolf just this past week and had a lot of fun. But the first time we went, Crystal didn't really want to go. She didn't necessarily like
why though?
Yeah, it's like, well, that doesn't really sound like a lot of fun, but she did.
Neat.
We were out of town and she went with me. It was just us, and she ended up beating me, and she had a lot of fun. I think because she beat me, but that was really special to me. It was really special to me that she did that, and it was special to me that she kept her interest in doing it. So that's another thing, is that you can ask your kids and your spouse, like, what do you have the most fun doing? Like, we got 2 forts in our sunken living room right now because
4
forts.
Yeah, remember we found the tent in the basement.
Oh, geez, that's right. I did say that. But we have like a sunken living room, and there's 2 forts. I guess there's about to be more forts in there. But the kids just like, I think that was actually my idea. Like, they wanted to do something. It was raining outside, and they couldn't go jump on the trampoline. We couldn't go to a park. And I was like, hey, let's build a fort. And so we built forts, and they loved it. They had so much fun. But ask your kids, hey, what do you have fun doing? And then do it. Ask your spouse. The guys too, ask your wife, and gals, ask your husband, what do you like to do? What do you have fun doing? And if whatever it is that your spouse says that they have fun doing, do that thing and do it. Try to maintain interest, even if you don't have fun, even if you don't think it'll be fun. And what you'll find is that you'll probably will have some fun. So that's how you can do that. Also, whenever people ask me what I do for fun, I can't really always answer it, because a lot of the times the answer is my wife.
You were just going to feel like that? Oh my God, we're too far in to start over. Okay.
So that, I mean, I have it right here. Like,
well, you didn't say it like that when we were going over the notes.
Well, I did. Hey, the battery's about to die, so I'm going to say this and then you take over.
Yep, sure thing.
Okay, so because you don't want to talk about this, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
You never said you were going to talk about it. You said you were going to make mention.
Okay. Well, yes. So here's a pro tip. Okay, I really want to encourage you guys to look at your sex life with your spouse, and if you find yourself doing the same thing every single time that you have sex, if it's the same, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you are both feeling fulfilled in that. But just a way to turn up the fun level would be to look for things that you might be able to do to change that up a bit.
That went way better than I expected. All right.
I know. I tried to be fair. You'll be blessed. You'll be blessed. That's a good way to have some fun. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what you told me all you were going to say was like, just do things naked. It's what you said you were going to say.
Oh, yeah. That's another. We have business meetings and we do them naked.
Okay. So, all right. We covered that. And this isn't even, okay, this is a completely different page. I don't know where the notes are now. Okay, cool. So the next kind of fun that God is inviting you into is fun with friends. Fun with friends. Because you know what, guys? We need to make new friends and keep the old. And you know what? There's no silver or gold. Just they're all great friends. They're all good friends. Some ways that you can have fun with friends. I heard this recently. Somebody said you can ask your friend, like you do like watch parties with your friend. So like what's their favorite show that they're watching right now. I did a good job of texting my friends, like my long distance friends, and even some of my local friends, what they're watching. And then I haven't actually picked up any of those shows yet, but I thought that was a really good idea. And then you have something to talk about in addition to catching up, about your lives and stuff like that. A lot of us either don't have friends or don't actually keep up with our friends. And before we said it was because we were always running and going and busy. And now since the pandemic, we don't have as much of an excuse. But man, it is so much fun. And I know, right? When you do finally take the time with your girlfriends, what do y'all say every time? Let's do it again. We got to do this more often. Why don't we do this all the time? And so, finding time and creative ways to have fun with friends. Things are beginning to open back up to your comfort level. Maybe have a front yard a cookout or a backyard get together. You
Yeah.
know, do something where people, you know, are bringing food. If you maybe just bringing food for their own families, but where you're doing something together in a way that everyone is comfortable and the kids can play and you can see each other, especially if you are single or a couple without kids, because I feel like when you have kids, you're kind of forced to be around other people because the kids need it. But if you're single or you're a couple without kids, then make sure you're spending time with other people. This guy isn't meant to be my only best friend. Like, he's my best friend for sure, hands down.
Oh.
But he's not supposed to be my only best friend. There's just a vibe that I can't get from him.
Whoa.
That I can get from a girlfriend, right?
Come on.
And he needs friends too, because it's not my job to be every woman.
She can't be my bro.
But I'm not a bro, you know. I'm just not a bro.
I don't know if
I can't do all the bro.
I don't know if I want a bro. Oh,
you want a dude?
I don't know.
You want a bro or a dude?
I
don't know. You're pretty romantic. So
I do have bromances, yes.
So it's important that we just keep in touch with our friends, even if it's just a text. Figure out a way to make it fun, add a fun dimension there. Okay, and then the last way, that area that God is inviting you to have more fun is with fulfilling fun. So what is fulfilling fun? The Bible said there is nothing better for a person that he or she should eat and drink and find enjoyment in their toil. Okay, so that's from the Bible, and it also says this also I saw is from the hand of God. Another passage later on says that it's a gift from God to eat and drink and find enjoyment in your toil, in your work. So fulfillment fun is having fun in your work.
Ooh.
Okay, so how do we do that? What are some different areas? How do we kind of break that down? Well, let's ask ourselves, how can we have more fun or make our vocational work more fun, right? So maybe you work in an office place, maybe you work at home, wherever you work, there's always ways to make it more fun. You could turn it into a game for yourself, where if I accomplish this many tasks by this time, then I'll reward myself in this way. You can make a friendly competition with people in your office place. That can be fun, as long as everybody, got a little head and understand
right. Is everyone's
a winner,
losing?
Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. But for us, we make work fun
by doing it naked.
That's where we were gonna say that. Oh, great! I walked right into that. Yep. That is one way we make work more fun. Also, just by making our work something that we love. So, maybe start a side hustle and to bring more, something to do.
Side flow.
Yeah, we don't really hustle. We flow, right? We
totally.
Oh my gosh. But maybe, but anyway, we really love what we do, and a big part of what we do is having fun. Oh my gosh, it's having fun. We should have said a parental advisor in the beginning of this mug. Okay. It's having fun. So figure out a way that you can incorporate more fun into your vocation.
Right.
Maybe that's, I don't know. It's going to be different for every job, but if you have,
it is.
This is our time to be engaging with one another, because this isn't just a one-way conversation. So if you have ideas for your vocation, please leave it in the comments, but I'm sure that will be really helpful to people who are in the same field as you.
Right. Let me say this. A lot of times fun, if something, of course, traumatic has happened, something really sad has happened, then be sad. Having fun in those moments is it's not impossible and it's not wrong.
There's a season to mourn.
But there's a season to mourn. If you find yourself day after day, month after month, year after year, kind of in a season of sadness or melancholy, then here's this
when it's more than a season, you need to look for the reason.
Right. This is kind of a hard truth, but then in the hard truth, there's also some good news. So the hard truth is, if that's true for you, then it might be something that you're choosing. That's the hard truth. The good news is that it's something that you're choosing. Which means that you can choose something else. So a lot of times fun is a choice, right? Happiness, joy, that's something that you can choose to step into.
So maybe you're choosing to stay in a position and a vocation that isn't really fulfilling to you. And
Right.
that's why you can't find a way to have fun in doing it.
Or maybe
right?
it is fulfilling to you, or it was at one time, but you just kind of slipped into drudgery, and maybe you need to use some creative ideas, just brainstorm something that you can do to make it more fun.
Which oftentimes creativity is sparked or downloaded in rest and in recreation, right? Bring it right back around. Okay, so another way that you can have fun and fulfilling fun is how can you make your housework more fun? So for us, we usually make housework more fun by turning on music, opening the blinds, opening the window, letting some fresh air in.
You could also
singing
do it naked
and dancing. There's lots of ways to make housework less tedious and more fun. Another way that you can make it fulfillment fun is how can you make your spiritual, mental, physical discipline more fun?
You could do those naked too, but I don't know.
So in those areas, I kind of put them all together because for us, we see them completely blending together, and that's what we do in functional faith as well. As we help you see the interconnectedness of the physical. Everything. And so for us, how we make it more fun is we, instead of always, praying like in a closet or, just, traditionally what we think of as praying, we'll do prayer walks. I'll pray and I'll dance at the same time. What else do we do? What did we talk about in this? Physical. Oh, we go on hikes. Well, we go on hikes for business meetings too. We'll go on a hike and talk through stuff. And, but there's lots of different things that you can do. You can paint and pray. I don't know, I'm only using prayer, but there's lots of different spiritual disciplines, and you can incorporate physical movement. For some people, yoga is a spiritual practice as well as a physical practice. I'm making sure I didn't miss mental. The mental exercises you can do. You can do what's that called? I keep wanting to say Roku, where it's like a number puzzle.
Sudoku.
Yeah. That's fun, and that's a mental exercise, right?
You can play chess with friends.
Yeah, you can do little mental exercises that are different.
Chess with friends. It's like words with friends, which is another example of something you can do.
Yes, it is. But there's lots of things that we can do to make physical exercise or mental exercise or spiritual exercises more fun. And it's actually necessary because no one continues on it. I mean, some people who are just really, really disciplined and maybe a little bit like, what's the word for it?
Legalistic.
Well, legalistic, but like where you punish yourself.
Oh, where do you punish yourself?
Can make some people can push through even though they hate something, keep doing it for a long period of time. But most of us, that's not sustainable.
No. But
when you make it fun, then you're more likely to stay consistent with the exercise, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. And so, and it's actually Richard Foster says when it comes to spiritual disciplines that if it is drudgery, if it's not fun, if it doesn't have a spirit of joy with it, then it turns into legalism. It turns into drudgery. It turns into just something that is a burden rather than a blessing.
Yeah.
And spiritual exercise, as well as physical exercise, as well as mental exercises, these things are going to be blessings to our lives. So make it fun. So, a glad heart makes a cheerful face, but by sorrow of heart, the spirit is crushed. That's Proverbs 15:13. So that just brings us right back around to Eeyore, okay? If we have a sad heart, then, man, it's just, you can say you have the joy of the Lord, but are you experiencing it?
Be a Tigger in a world of Eeyores.
Oh my goodness. And so if you don't feel like you're experiencing it, maybe you need to focus on having more fun. An act of play is an act of love. That's something I heard a friend say this morning. An act of play is an act of love. Why? Well, like we said in the beginning of this talk, we have so many insults and there's so much inflammation that comes against regularly our minds, our bodies, and our spirits just from life, just from these times, right? The time flies when you're having fun. So have fun. Play. It's an act of love to yourself. It's an act of love to others. To see when people see you playing and having fun and being lighthearted in this dark and difficult time, it gives them, and it inspires them that they
gives
can
them
do it
hope.
too. It gives them hope, right?
Yeah.
It's a spark of light, and when things look very dark and difficult. So you can be that. You can be that for yourself. You can have fun alone. Okay. I think all of our topics so far, we're talking about how we can do it with other people. We can have fun by ourselves, right? Just doing whatever, doing whatever we want to do. So it's hard to hear God when we are bogged down and clogged up with all the worries and work of this world. When we relax, unwind, let our hair down, and have some fun, it's easier to experience the joy of the Lord. It's easier to hear God's still small voice, right? It's easier for God to speak gently instead of having to speak loudly and make us slow down. Let's just give God the opportunity and rest and recreation and fun to speak to us, to inspire us, to give us a word that we can carry into our work and the harder, more difficult times of life.
Yes.
So comment or DM us if you'd like help just identifying, brainstorming areas that you can have more fun in your life, in your family, in your work. Yeah, that's
Anywhere.
it. Anywhere. All right. Have more fun. That is our gift, our word from God to you today. And that is what we have. So go in peace and presence.